I'm a witch, in case you hadn't guessed, and I'm going to turn into a toad, little boy.
Oh, please don't, Madam Prime Minister.
Toad, toad, toad.
Ah, no. Hello, and welcome to Sale of the Century. Dr. Witch Doctor, another successful operation, I see. Darling, they're playing our tune. So, the rumours are true. And now, the fall of man.
In the beginning, I created heaven and earth, which is a lousy opening line. Thus it appears in line 37.
Push off. If there's one thing we don't want in this very instance, it's divine intervention. So push off. I've been asked. Sorry, thanks. I've been asked to do a few lines by way of an introduction, so to speak. But I'm not going to. No power on earth could induce me to wasting my precious time in conversation with you lot. Not out of me will you get even two words strung together in an intelligible speech pattern. No way will... Okay, that's long enough. Thank you. Blimey, I've been duped.
Welcome to Cliché Island. Have a nice day.
Can I just butt in here and say, jargon rules, ongoing agreement situation? No, I'm sorry, you can't. We haven't got time now. Dennis? I'd just like to say that I'm worried I may be the only person in Britain who hasn't slept with Britt Eklund. Ha! Line on the script. Line to be thought, not spoken. Oh dear. And only when a solicitor is present. Not even thought when a paranormal solicitor capable of reading minds is nearby.
Webster defines telekinesis as the process whereby a human receptive medium can, by the power of his or her mind alone, and by no physical means, can switch on or off a television set without ever having to leave his or her armchair.
In the beginning, I created heaven and earth, but then we all have off days.
Look, you're the 10th person I've told this morning. There's no demand. Really, because there was consternation in Moscow today when next year's election results were stolen. They showed the Communist Party return with an increased minority. In reply to Kevin of Penge, yes, you may well indeed be a lady killer, but please stop sending us the bodies. And finally, the Minister for the Environment said today that people in glass houses shouldn't. Having trouble with your weekly wash? Then why not try new improved water with secret mystery ingredient H2O. And before we go, I'd like to say thank you to the Family Planning Centre, without whom many more people would be with us today. I've always wanted to work in gardening. It's a growth industry. Mind you, I've lived in hundreds of homes all over the country. Every time I move, my friends ask me if I'm feeling better yet. Useful Spanish phrases. Este hombre. I had no idea she was 15, officer.
Si hat y cerveza de lispa.
What is the difference between the Decca Record Company and the Titanic?
Oh, the Titanic had a good band when it went down. Heard it ages ago. Time, gentlemen, please. Let's have your glasses.
But I won't be able to see my way home without them. And before we continue this slide down the razor blade of life, did I ever tell you about my friend who took a degree in animal husbandry before they caught him at it? And as for the American Army, well, they're so bad, they say cigarette coupons for promotion. And then there was a necrophiliac who achieved his boyhood ambition and became a coroner.
Disgusting. Don't you know what good clean fun is?
No, what good is clean fun?
I once had a boyfriend who opened for Surrey. Had to be there every morning at 6:30 to open the ground at the Oval.
The Oval what?
I never let him get close enough to find out.
I'm not sure which I prefer most. A full bottle in front of me or full frontal lobotomy.
I remember the 1960s very well. I spent 10 years of my life there.
Misleading advice for tourists. Number 3. Have you tried out the Echo in the British Museum yet?
Oh, did you hear about the lorry driver who crashed his van between Mr. and Mrs. Smith's house and Mr. and Mrs. Ball's house? Luckily, he was pulled out by the Smiths.
Why are you eating those little bits of metal?
Oh, it's my staple diet.
Oh? Is that it then?
Now here's Nicholas Parsons with a special Sale of the Century.
And now, from Norwich, it's the Quiz of the Week.
With electronic device to enable us to process whatever you bring to the checkout, always do it so.